Everybody. Welcome to our most recent video. This is the first video in a series of videos that we're going to be doing as a initiative to interview all of our staff, or at least some of our staff, and so you guys can get a better opportunity to get to know our staff and what working at AANE is like. My name is Ryan Walsh. I am a support specialist in AANE's Individual and Family Services Department. And today, another member of our YouTube team, Maggie, is going to be interviewing me as the first member of the series, and you can expect a lot more interviews coming in the future. So thanks, Maggie, for interviewing me today.
Thanks, Ryan, for being an interviewee, the very first one. So Ryan, we're just going to jump right in. What do you do at AANE?
So as an IFS support specialist, my job is to help create training initiatives within IFS. I also work with clients. I run support groups. I facilitate groups. Let's see, I attend a bunch of meetings where we talk about all different kinds of like internal content stuff, and a lot of like my job has to do with creating training content and visual content and things like that.
How did you come to work here at AANE?
So I've actually been in advocacy at AANE since I was very young, since I was 13. And I have originally been giving talks as a I guess like a hire from the training department, like as, you know, like what's the word, freelance, like as a freelance person. And I got really into it, and I think it really guided like what I eventually would go into, like with my education and stuff. And then after COVID happened, I didn't know, you know, what I was going to do. And then there was an opportunity that came up through people that I had known from AANE. And my mom also worked at AANE for like an extensive period of time. And so that was how I got connected with the people there. And, you know, and she had worked at AANE on and off since then. And yeah, so I think through those connections, like it worked out because it was a remote job, and that's really like, you know, that's really good for me as well. And it's also just work that's really important to me and, you know, central to what I do every day. And also I'm an autistic adult, so that was like the topic of my speaking, and like, you know, that's why it's so close to me, because it affects me every day.
So I think you started to answer this in this last question, but you know, what is it that you find the most interesting about your work here?
I think the thing that's most interesting to me is hearing everybody's stories, and getting to know all of the different people that I get to interact with through this job, especially like doing support groups and through doing training. I love like interacting with the audience when we do training. I love you know, getting to talk to people in support groups and like getting to hear their stories, because, you know, as much as it is for, you know, me to support them, I also feel supported, and I feel like I'm in solidarity with them when I do that, because you know, like I hear things that I can resonate with a lot. And I also feel that I learn a lot when I connect with other people. And then I think the other thing is just like the creating training content is also something that is that I enjoy, because it gives me the opportunity to grow and like try to think about what other people are thinking about, so that way I can like create messaging and like get points across to them, because in my mind the whole point of what we do here is advocacy, and to like, you know, spread awareness about things. And I, you know, working on different ways to spread awareness and to spread those messages, in my opinion, is very important, and I find it to be very enjoyable and challenging.
So that's, you know, it's so interesting to hear you talk about what you like about the work that you do externally facing. Internally, what do you appreciate about our working culture here at AANE?
I think what I appreciate is like the inclusivity and the flexibility of our workplace culture. I think that people are, you know, very flexible and like very willing to work with each other. I think that there are a lot of team players at AANE, and it feels good to like work in solidarity with other people who have, you know, common goals, which are to, you know, spread awareness and to engage in advocacy around, you know, this group that I'm part of. So that feels really good.
I like working here too.
Yeah.
Um, and so just to wrap up, we'd love to know more about you and your personal life. What is something you like doing when you're not working?
Yeah, so I spend most of my time sitting in this chair that you see me sitting in right now. But when I'm not sitting in this chair, I also I play in a band. My band recently started going out and playing gigs. We're called Peach Creek. We play like emo music, and so I spend some time working on that. I work on other music, and then also I like to play video games when I'm just kind of chilling out and relaxing. So,
That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing with us about your work and about yourself. And we hope to see folks at our future YouTube Meet Me videos.
me too. Thank you for interviewing me.